Welcome back to another class on Halacha for women. This is a continuation from the previous part. We want to continue from point number 5, Halacha number 5 and Halacha number 6. We're going to actually see regarding Parshat Zachor, and also the women have to say Vizot Torah when they pick up the Sefer Torah on Monday or Thursday or Shabbat or Yom Tov, depends if you are in shul or not. נשים הרוצות לחוש לדעת הפוסקים המחייבים את הנשים בשמיעת פרשת זכור בשבת זכור. A woman who wants to take into consideration the opinion of the rabbis that obligate a woman to listen to Parshat Zachor on the week of Zachor, ראוי ונכון שיבואו לשמוע את הקריאה בעת שקוראים הפרשת בציבור. It is proper and correct that they should come to listen to the reciting of the Parshat Zachor at the time when they're reading it with the congregation. And with its blessings. Now, we need to understand, in the previous class we spoke about that halachically speaking, a woman does not have to come to the synagogue on Monday, Thursday, Shabbat, and Yom Tov to listen to the Sefer Torah. But when it comes to Parshat Zachor, there are opinions that hold it's an obligation on a woman only because it's from the Torah. Halachically speaking, even for that you don't have to come. But if you want to take into consideration what these rabbis have to say, then maybe it's an obligation on you, and you want to come, when are we going to tell you that it is the best time for you to listen to Parshat Zachor? A lot of times women come in the afternoon, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, the rabbi takes out the Sefer Torah and then he reads it for them. Is that the best way to do the mitzvah? Absolutely not. That is not correct. Rav Yitzchak Yosef is telling us like this: if you don't have small children that are holding you back, or even if you have children in the house, but they could be by themselves, let's say you have a child that's 15 or 14, and they're able to take care of your other children, and now you can go to the synagogue, you should go to the synagogue and listen to Parshat Zachor when? Not at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. But rather early in the morning with the congregation. You don't have to sit there and listen to the whole reading of the Sefer Torah of that week's Parsha. All you got to do is, a lot of times the rabbi, for example, he says, Parsha Zachor, the reading will be 10 o'clock. It takes 2 minutes to read, not even, maybe 30 seconds. Right? The guy says, Baruch Hashem HaMevarach. The congregation answers, Baruch Hashem HaMevarach L'Olam Ha'ed. Then he says, Baruch Hashem HaMevarach L'Olam Ha'ed. And then he says the blessing, Baruch Ata Hashem Elokeinu Melech Haolam Asher Bechar Banu. The rabbi reads the Parshat Zachor, probably less than a minute. That's it, finish, and you go home. Now, this should be done specifically with the congregation and when the guy is blessing, and that's what he's telling us over here. If now that you're coming to shul and you wanna do the mitzvah the right way, that's how you want to do it. You don't want to come in the afternoon. Since you have the ability to do so in the morning, do it in the morning. So he says over here, however, he says initially one should not behave in a way where they're going to take out the Sefer Torah for women specifically to read it later on without any bracha. Initially one should not do that. However, but if it's in a situation where women don't have any other way out, she has a baby in the house, so there's no way she can come in the morning. She doesn't have older children in the house. The husband is inside the shul. So there's no way she can come. She doesn't have a babysitter. So what are we going to tell her? No problem. Once your husband finishes listening to the Kriyat Torah, the Parshat Zachor, when he's going to come home, you're going to do your meal. Since you really didn't have any other option, now we're going to tell you, go to shul at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, whenever the rabbi is going to go ahead and do it. Then we're going to tell you to go ahead and do it. But that's only if you don't have any other way out. But if you are able to go ahead and listen to Parshat Zachor in the morning with a congregation of 10 men, then you should do it that way. That's what he tells you over here. Initially, one should not behave in a way where you're going to take out the Sefer Torah specifically for women to read for them without any bracha. Later on in the day, that should not be done. However, if we don't have any other choice, because they can't make it because they have small children in the house, then we're going to tell you you're allowed to go ahead and do it even later during the day, but you're going to do it without the bracha. That he says over here, Ulam be'ofen she'en lenashim shum efsherut lavo l'shmo parsh zachor. However, in a situation where a woman has no other way to come to the synagogue and listen to the reciting of the Parsha Zachor, at the time when the tzibur is reading the Parsha, Rasha'im lo hotzi lahem sefer Torah b'miuchad l'Torah ken. You are allowed to go ahead and take out the sefer Torah specifically for them, then later on when they're going to come. V'lekro lahem Parsha Zachor b'li bracha. And to recite for them the Parsha of Zachor without any blessing. So that is halacha number 5. Regarding Parsha Zachor, halachically speaking, does a woman have to listen to Parsha Zachor? Halachically speaking, no. Now, if you want to worry for the opinions that say it's an obligation on you, and now you want to come to shul, when you're going to do it, the best time to do it is in the morning with the 10 men, meaning with a congregation of 10 men at the very minimum. That's when you want to listen to Parsha Zachor. You don't want to listen to Parsha in the afternoon. Meaning you don't want to listen to Parsha Zachor in the afternoon. However, if you can't come out of the house in the morning for whatever reason it is, and it's hard for you to come out, post facto, since you have no other way, we're going to allow you to go ahead to the synagogue in the afternoon and let the rabbi take out the Sefer Torah, let him read the Parsha Zachor, but without any blessings. Now, the last halacha what we want to see today regarding saying V'zot HaTorah, at the time when they pick up the Torah. Is a woman obligated to say V'zot HaTorah at the time when they pick up the Torah in the synagogue, right? They do. It's called Hagba'ah, when the men pick up the Sefer Torah and they show it to everyone. So comes Rav Yitzchak Yosef Shulchan and he says, B'sha'ah she'magbihim et Sefer Torah laharot hakatav la'am. At the time when they pick up the Sefer Torah to show to the people what's written inside the Torah, mitzvah gam al anashim lirot hakatav. There is a mitzvah also on the woman to see the katav, to see where the beginning of the parsha is, to see the writings. V'la'amod v'lomar v'zot HaTorah v'chulu, to stand up and to say v'zot HaTorah, etc. V'gam nashim she'enam tohorot mutar lahem listakel b'sefer Torah. And so to women who are not pure, meaning they are in a state of nidah, they are allowed to look into the Sefer Torah and they're allowed to go ahead and do v'zot HaTorah. Ulam, however, he says, Yesh lahazir et anashim shelo tikantzena lepetach beit hakneset kedei lirot hakatav. However, you should warn the woman that they should not enter into the men's section to go ahead and see the katav, to see the writings. Now, we're going to see this. How do you say v'zot HaTorah? Now, I'll put it to you in very simple terms. I don't know if you ever pay attention. Some men, they take their tzitzit, some men, they point with their finger, some men, they point with this finger. So Rav Yitzchak Yosef Shulchan has a whole back and forth. It's called Sheilot U'Teshuvot. He has a whole sefer on back and forth, and he brings opinions down that this minhag of pointing with the finger and so on and so forth is not correct, because the Shulchan Aruch doesn't say that. The Shulchan Aruch says when they pick up the Sefer Torah, you have to go like this. V'zot HaTorah. When you look, you say V'zot HaTorah Asher Sam Moshe Levnei Bnei Torah Tivulanu. You have to look at the Sefer Torah and you bowing down towards the Sefer Torah. But to point, he brings certain opinions that say that only ignoramus people do. People that don't know halachot, that's what they do. However, in the end, Rav Yitzchak Yosef concludes and he said the people that do it, people that do show, they have what to rely on, because he brought proofs from with the Jewish people, Moshe Rabbeinu, and so on and so forth. They said that this is our God. Again, so you see, he brought the reasons why the people that do it, they have what to rely on. But, Rabotai, according to the Shulchan Aruch, you have to bow down. You know, so let me get the source, just give me 1 second. Okay, so the Siman is in Siman Kuvla Medalid, in Halacha Bet. Listen to the language of the Shulchan Aruch, what it says, how we're supposed to do V'zot HaTorah. Now, again, like I explained, according to Rav Yitzchak Yosef Shlita, those people that do it with their talit or with their finger or like this, they have what to rely on. But halachically, and according to some poskim, that should not be done at all, because they say there's no sense. What's pshat? What are you doing? So you're pointing on the finger and then you kiss your finger. What? You brought the holiness from the Sefer Torah to your finger. It goes. It's a whole question answer back and forth. Why some say it's good, why some say it's not good. But halachically, I want to show you how it's supposed to be done. So, excuse me. Wow. Okay, so the Shulchan Aruch says like this. In Siman Kuf Lamed Aleph Halacha Bet, that's chapter 134, law number 2. Mar'eh penei kitivat Sefer Torah le'am ha'omdim limino v'l'smolo. They're gonna, when they pick up the Sefer Torah, they have to show the writings of the Sefer Torah. So the people that are standing to his right, then to his left, umachziru lefanav, then he has to bring it back to the front, uleacharav, and then he has to bring it back to his back. That's according to the Shulchan Aruch, that's how it's supposed to be done. Right, left, front, and back. Shemitzvah al kol anashim v'nashim l'rot haketav. The mitzvah is on all men and all women to see the writings of the Torah. V'lichroa, here we go, Rabotai. V'lichroa, and to bow down to the Sefer Torah. V'lomar, and say, v'zot ha-Torah, etc. So you see clearly from Siman Kuf Lamed Aleph in Halacha Bet, it doesn't tell you over here that you have to point with your finger. According to the Shulchan Aruch, when I see the Sefer Torah come out, when they do Akba'ah, everybody, the whole shul goes like this. Shulchan Aruch says not like that. Shulchan Aruch says, "V'zot ha-Torah asher sam Moshe levnei bnei," right? And I'm going to show you the text right now also. That is the proper way to do it. And this is the difference when, just shows you, Rabotai, when we're not knowledgeable in the halachot, how we can make mistakes. Like I explained, Rav Yitzchak Yosef Shlomo says, he gives them the benefit of the doubt, why it's okay, why they do it, as he brings many proofs to why it's okay, and leave them alone, to make a problem out of it. Other rabbis use very, very strong expressions, saying that people that do it have no idea what they're speaking, whatever it is, but we just want to make sure that we know how it's supposed to be done, and that is by bowing down. When you bow down, what are you going to say? So you're going to start saying like this, V'zot ha-Torah asher sam. This is, by the way, printed in the Sidurim. So you don't have to, I wrote it for people to see, but you can find it literally in the Siddur, right after the Shemona Esrei, before, right after Berich Shemei, right over there where they say the Barachot of Baruch Hu, right before that. V'zot ha-Torah asher sam Moshe levnei bnei Israel. Torah tziva lanu morasha kihilat Yaakov. Hakel. Well, this is supposed to be said right with the Aleph. I'm not saying Hashem's name. Hakel tamim darko. Imrat Hashem tzirufa. Magen hu l'chol hachosim bo. Okay, over here I also said Hashem. You have to say Imrat Amona. You really have to say Hashem's name. As you'll see it in the Siddur, I just have to erase it. That's why I didn't put Hashem's Yud Kei Vav Kei name. So, Rabotai, what does V'zot ha-Torah? So it's 3 different pasukim. What does V'zot ha-Torah asher sam Moshe levnei bnei Israel mean? This is the Torah that Moshe placed before the Jewish people. So whenever they're picking it up, and now we're bowing down to it, right? And we're saying V'zot ha-Torah, we're saying that this is the Torah that Moshe Rabbeinu placed before the Jewish people. Then we're saying Torah. Torah literally means the law. That Moshe tziva lanu, that Moshe commanded us, Morasha Kihilat Yaakov, as an inheritance to the congregation. All right, that's what it means. Torah tziva lanu Morasha Kihilat Yaakov, as an inheritance to the congregation of Yaakov. I didn't write Yaakov, but it goes to Yaakov. Hakel tamim darko, the way of Hashem is perfect. Imrat amunai tzirufa, the word of Hashem is pure. Magen hu l'chol hachosim bo, he is a shield to all who seek refuge in him. So Rabotai, this is the prayer that we have to say when we bow down, when it comes to saying V'zot ha-Torah asher sam Moshe levnei bnei Israel v'chulu v'chulu. All right, before we do conclude, let's just go over previous class and this class, the points. All right. Point number 1, we saw, if a kala is inside a shul, she does not exempt the congregation from saying the confession or the nifilat apayim. Halacha number 2, we saw women should not arrange amongst themselves a minyan of 10 women. Halacha number 3, women are not obligated to come to shul to hear the Torah. But if she wants to be pious, that is an option left to her own discretion. Halacha number 4, if a woman comes to shul and speaks and interrupts, she should pray at home. Halacha number 5, regarding Parshat Zachor, When it comes to Parshat Zachor, women halachically speaking don't have an obligation to listen to Parshat Zachor, but if she wants to, she can come, and we actually would advise her to come. When is the best time? With the men in the morning. If for whatever reason she can't do it, then she can do it also in the afternoon. Last but not least, number 6, are women obligated to say V'zot Torah? Yes, women are also obligated to say V'zot Torah. How are you going to say it? By bowing down. If a woman is in nida, meaning she is in an impure state, can she look at the Sefer Torah? Halachically speaking, she is allowed to look at the Sefer Torah. If she wants to be stringent and not look, that's left to her discretion. Have a great day. Baruch Adonai L'olam. Amen.